Have you ever woken up feeling stiff, like your body just isn't as quick to move as it used to be? Maybe you used to hop out of bed, but now it takes a few extra minutes to get going. Or perhaps you've noticed little things, like struggling to open a jar, feeling winded after a short walk, or needing to hold onto something when you bend down. It's easy to think, well, that's just part of getting older. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be? Aging is inevitable, but losing your strength, mobility, and independence is not. The truth is, your body is capable of staying active and strong well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond, but only if you give it what it needs. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. In this video, we're diving into 6 simple daily habits that will help you stay active, mobile, and independent for life. These aren't complicated routines or extreme workouts, just small, powerful habits that can make a huge difference. Let's start with the first one, the power of morning movement. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything else. If the first thing you do is sit down with a cup of coffee and scroll through your phone or watch TV, your body stays in a slow, stiff state. But if you begin your day with gentle movement, you wake up your muscles, loosen up your joints, and signal to your body that it's time to be active. This doesn't have to be anything intense. A few minutes of stretching, some simple mobility exercises, or even just walking around your house can get your blood flowing. Some people like to do slow neck rolls, shoulder circles, or light toe touches to shake off the morning stiffness. Others prefer a short walk around the block or even marching in place. The key is to get moving right away so you're not carrying that tight, sluggish feeling with you for the rest of the day. Think of it this way, your body is like an old car. If you let it sit still for too long, the engine struggles to start, the tires stiffen up, and things don't run as smoothly. But if you turn it on and let it warm up every morning, everything stays in better condition. Now, movement is important, but there's another habit that's just as crucial, staying hydrated. You might not realize it, but most people over 60 don't drink enough water. And when your body is even slightly dehydrated, your muscles feel weaker, your joints get stiffer, and your energy levels drop. Sometimes, what feels like exhaustion or brain fog is really just dehydration in disguise. And here's the thing, your sense of thirst decreases as you age. That means you might not even feel thirsty, even when your body needs water. So instead of waiting until you're thirsty, make it a habit to drink water throughout the day. A simple trick is to start your morning with a full glass of water before you even drink your coffee or tea. Then, keep a water bottle nearby as a reminder to sip throughout the day. If plain water isn't your thing, you can also infuse it with lemon, cucumber, or berries to add some flavor. Herbal teas and water-rich foods, like oranges, cucumbers, and watermelon, also help keep you hydrated. The goal is to keep your body's engine running smoothly so you have the energy and mobility to stay active. Now that we've covered the power of morning movement and hydration, let's move on to the next habit, keeping your muscles strong. Now that we've talked about the power of morning movement and staying hydrated, let's move on to something that might surprise you, keeping your muscles strong. A lot of people think that strength training is only for younger folks, or that once you reach a certain age, you should take it easy. But the reality is, building and maintaining muscle is one of the most important things you can do to stay independent. Why? Because as we age, we naturally lose muscle mass. It's called sarcopenia, and if you don't actively work to prevent it, you can lose up to 5% of your muscle every decade after 30. That's why simple tasks, like getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries, start feeling harder over time. It's not just aging, it's muscle loss. But here's the good news, you can rebuild and maintain muscle at any age. Studies have shown that even people in their 80s and 90s can regain strength with simple resistance exercises. And you don't need to lift heavy weights or go to the gym to do it. Start with bodyweight exercises like squats, leg lifts, or seated knee extensions. Even standing up from a chair without using your hands is a great way to strengthen your legs. If you want to take it a step further, resistance bands are an easy, safe way to add some extra challenge. The key is to do something every day, even if it's just a few minutes. If you're thinking, but I have joint pain, or my knees aren't what they used to be, I hear you. The trick is to find movements that work for you. If squats hurt, try seated leg raises instead. If push-ups feel impossible, try pressing your hands against a wall instead of the floor. The goal is not to become a bodybuilder, it's to keep your muscles strong enough to support your daily life. Now, while we're on the topic of strength, let's talk about something just as important, balance. Balance is one of those things you don't think about much, until you lose it. Have you ever noticed yourself reaching for a wall or furniture when you walk around? Or maybe you felt a little unsteady stepping off a curb. That's because, just like muscles, balance fades if you don't actively maintain it. And here's the scary part, falls are the #1 cause of injury in older adults. Every year, millions of seniors end up in the hospital because of falls, but most of those falls could be prevented with simple balance exercises. One of the best things you can do is practice standing on one foot. Try holding onto a chair, lift one foot off the ground, and balance for 10 seconds. Switch legs and repeat. If that feels easy, try doing it without holding onto anything. Another great exercise? Heel-to-toe walking, like you're walking on a tightrope. Even small changes, like wearing proper shoes, removing loose rugs, and keeping your home well lit, can make a huge difference in preventing falls. The more you work on your balance now, the less likely you are to experience a fall later. So, we've talked about morning movement, hydration, strength, and balance. But there's another habit that plays a major role in how you feel every day, the food you eat. We've talked about movement, hydration, strength, and balance. But if there's one thing that affects every aspect of your health, your energy, your mobility, even your mood, it's the food you eat. It's no secret that your body changes with age, and so do your nutritional needs. What worked for you in your 40s or 50s might not be enough to keep you thriving in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. The key is eating in a way that supports your body's changing needs, and that means focusing on real, whole foods. One of the biggest mistakes people make as they age is not eating enough protein. Remember how we talked about muscle loss earlier? Protein is what helps you maintain and rebuild those muscles. If you're not getting enough, your body will take it from wherever it can, meaning weaker muscles, slower recovery, and even a higher risk of falls. So, how much protein do you need? Experts recommend at least 20 to 30 grams per meal. That might sound like a lot, but it's easier than you think. A small chicken breast, a cup of Greek yogurt, or even a handful of nuts can all help you hit that goal. And if you don't eat meat, plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, and tofu are great options too. But it's not just about protein. Your body also needs healthy fats, fiber, and vitamins to keep everything running smoothly. Omega-3s from fish, nuts, and seeds can protect your brain and joints. Fiber from vegetables and whole grains keeps your digestion on track. And let's not forget hydration. We already talked about drinking water, but did you know foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and oranges can also help keep you hydrated? Now, let's talk about the foods you should avoid. Because just as the right foods can help you stay strong, the wrong foods can speed up aging and make you feel sluggish. Highly processed foods, too much sugar, and unhealthy fats can lead to inflammation, weight gain, and even brain fog. Have you ever noticed feeling more tired or achy after eating too much junk food? That's because your body has to work harder to process it. Instead of cutting out everything you love, focus on making small, smart swaps. Try choosing whole grains instead of white bread, cooking with olive oil instead of vegetable oil, and reaching for fruit instead of sugary snacks. The goal is balance, not perfection. And speaking of balance, let's not forget about your mind. Because staying active and independent isn't just about moving your body, it's also about keeping your brain sharp. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you were there? Or struggled to remember someone's name? It happens to all of us. But here's the good news, your brain is like a muscle, and you can keep it strong with the right habits. One of the best things you can do is keep learning. Reading, puzzles, learning a new skill, even simple games like Sudoku or crosswords, all of these keep your brain engaged and sharp. Another powerful habit? Social connection. Studies show that staying socially active can help reduce the risk of memory decline. Whether it's calling a friend, joining a club, or even chatting with neighbors, staying connected keeps your mind and mood in good shape. So, we've covered movement, strength, balance, nutrition, and brain health. But there's one last habit that ties everything together, and it might be the most important one of all. We've talked about movement, strength, balance, nutrition, and keeping your mind sharp. But there's one final habit that ties everything together, and it's something many people overlook. Your mindset. You see, staying active and independent isn't just about what you do physically. It's about how you think and feel about aging itself. Have you ever heard someone say, "I'm too old for that," or "it's just part of getting older"? Those little thoughts, repeated over time, can become self-fulfilling. The truth is, your body listens to your mind. Studies show that people who have a positive outlook on aging tend to live longer, stay healthier, and maintain their independence much later in life. And it makes sense. If you believe you're capable, you're more likely to keep moving, stay engaged, and take care of yourself. So, how do you shift your mindset? It starts with gratitude and purpose. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, what gets you excited for the day? Maybe it's spending time with your grandchildren, working in your garden, or even just enjoying a peaceful cup of coffee. Having something to look forward to keeps you engaged with life. And then there's gratitude. Instead of focusing on what's changed or what you can't do anymore, try shifting your attention to what you can do. Can you still take a walk outside? Cook your favorite meal? Have a deep conversation with a loved one? The more you focus on these small joys, the more you'll see just how much life has to offer at any age. Now, I know this all might sound simple, but small changes add up. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Just pick one habit and start today. Maybe it's adding a short walk to your routine, drinking more water, or calling an old friend. Whatever it is, just take one step in the right direction. And if you ever feel discouraged, remember this: aging is not about slowing down. It's about adapting, growing, and making the most of every day. So, let's do a quick recap. The 6 daily habits to stay active and independent are: 1. Keep moving every day. Even a little activity makes a difference. 2. Strengthen your muscles. They're the key to independence. 3. Work on your balance. It helps prevent falls and keeps you steady. 4. Fuel your body with the right foods. Protein, healthy fats, and hydration matter. 5. Keep your brain engaged. Learning and social connections keep your mind sharp. 6. Maintain a positive mindset. Your attitude toward aging shapes your future. And that's it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more tips on living your best life after 60. Let me know in the comments, which of these habits are you going to start today? I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay strong, stay positive, and keep enjoying life.